Hey, what's up, my beautiful people? Today, actually, this weekend is October 3rd and 4th. So, this is your weekend energy report. And this weekend is intense. It's going to be a time of really going within. I mean, even if you don't want to go within, you're going to be within. Um, Whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're out celebrating or at home studying or working or spending time with your loved one, your children, whatever it might be, you're going to be feeling energy in the form of emotion very deeply. This is a very intense, deep few days because we have Pluto stationed and it'll be going direct tomorrow on the 4th. And of course, Saturn just stationed direct, and we have Jupiter now starting to move a little bit more fluidly. But we also have Mercury now at 6 degrees of Scorpio. It's in its shadow, and it's quincunx over to Chiron and opposed to the Moon, Black Moon Lilith, and Uranus. Weird shit. So say like you could be just doing something mundane, I don't know, eating a meal or I don't know, even taking a shower, and you could be reminiscing about something in your mind. Whatever it is going on in your life, anything that feel like maybe you might be feeling nostalgic about an old love, you might be thinking about your business or work situation or a deal that you have going on, or wondering where something went wrong with your relationship with your child. This is the kind of energy. It's like almost like a very like looking back and looking over your life, situations that have been very prominent in your life, and what went wrong, what went right, things that have happened that maybe you hope and wish that things would be better. It's a very like a deep emotional vulnerable kind of energy, and it's important to embrace this feeling. It's important to really accept and acknowledge these guidance systems we have within us, and they could be coming up. Look, sometimes when we're not, we've been through a lot of, everybody has been through a lot of stuff in the last year, but people have been through a lot of stuff in their lifetime, especially empaths, light workers, star seeds, people that have yods in their birth chart, and very intense aspects. People like this are in a place right now of deep contemplation, of a deep remembrance and understanding of the really transformative areas and times of life. And this is really looking at, it's not really, it doesn't necessarily have to be difficult. It's more just really deep and really emotional, like if you're not in a relationship, you're thinking about the times that maybe you were in a relationship that you really enjoyed and love, or the things that you don't have right now that you've had at one time and what you want in the future. And the reason why this is coming up is because Pluto, as it goes direct, is really, bringing stuff up to transform, and especially with this Mars square to, it's just come off the square to Saturn, but it's coming into its square now with Pluto as it goes direct here in about a week. This energy is looking at really fundamentally what we want to change, or what we feel like maybe in the past we could have done better, then now we will do better in the future, right? So whatever mistakes that we feel like we made and whatever experience we had, look, we did the best that we could do at that point in time, right? And now since we've learned the lesson, we're going to implement that coming forward, because all this difficult energy is really serving a purpose to bring us into the place that we really do want to be. But when we get there, we have to be in a place of responsibility to really be able to acknowledge that we've grown. And because good things do come into our lives, but if we're not ready for it, we can fuck it up, right? So this is where the universe is saying, like, all right, dude, you're ready. Let's go. Let's get rid of this shit that doesn't matter, that doesn't work anymore, and let's move on to bigger and better things. And with the moon going through Taurus today on Saturday, it's conjuncting Uranus today, and while it's conjuncting Uranus, it's opposing Mercury. All right, so this is between Taurus and Scorpio. So with Mercury and Scorpio, especially in shadow, this is bringing up something that's going to actually have something that we're going to be working through for the next month and a half as Mercury starts to go retrograde in a few weeks. All right, so whatever this stuff's coming up with Scorpio, deep dark stuff. It could be very like sexual or sensual based, like wanting desiring feeling a certain way, desiring like, connection, desiring just intimacy and closeness, a lot of like things that we miss or things that we really desire or craved at one time, but now we've sort of gotten to a point where we feel like it might never happen, or we feel like we sort of like, given up on this specific thing, but our soul still is craving this certain feeling. And we finally been doing the work to really bring it into fruition, to really make it happen. And of course, right now, we also have this Jupiter-Neptune sextile, this last of 3 in this year, which is sort of behind the scenes, but it's really beautiful because Jupiter and Neptune have a very similar energy in that they're very universal. They're very expansive. Like Neptune's all about, we are all one. It's about connection. It's about surrender. And Jupiter is about expansion. It's about bringing everything up, magnifying things. So when these two come together, this is really like, spiritual understanding, spiritual gifts really coming into attunement or alignment. This is about really clarity on what we want, clarity and hope and belief in what we are desiring to create in life. But with this Pluto being exactly quincunx to the North Node, it can feel like we're starting to know we want all this stuff and we want to have it. And with Mercury quincunx over to Chiron, it's almost like we're at a point where we're like, okay, I want all this shit, but I really don't know how the fuck to get it. I don't know how to do it. I'm acknowledging that I don't know how to do it. So I'm going to surrender to the universe. And I know that something good is going to happen. I know that something is coming. And if you're in that place, that means that you've been working on your faith and your faith is strong. Okay. If you're not in that place, that means you need to work on your faith, because right now faith is so critical. We're getting caught up in like all this worldly shit. Like, especially I've been seeing so many really nasty comments about like all this political stuff, really like people talking so much shit, like wishing hate on other people. Look, if you're wishing hate on other people, like President Trump got COVID, look, whether you like him or not, if your main focus is, oh, I hope that motherfucker dies, that's a reflection of yourself, dude. Like, we are all one. We're all part of the same collective consciousness. So when you're focusing on that separation, that hate, that's really a reflection of how much you hate yourself. It's really important to look at things like this, because the age of Aquarius is all about living from heart-centered vibration. And in the collective, there's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, a lot of volatile energy that's coming up. And it looks crazy on the outside because that is what's coming out, but it's a little misdirected, because if you know what's going on underneath, you see and understand this stuff has to purge. All this catharsis has to happen so that the collective can elevate to the next vibration, which is essentially a heart-centered vibration. So as this is going on, there's the people that are raising to that heart-centered vibration and focusing on the things that they love and the things they want to create. If you're focusing on this, good for you. I'm fucking proud of you, because it's easy to get caught up in that negative, dark shit, okay? Also, there's a lot of ascension symptoms going on. When Pluto is going through an intense transit, you bet your ass you're going to feel it in your body. This is just deep, dark shit coming up, and the stuff that's coming from the subconscious mind into the conscious mind generally has an effect on the central nervous system. So if you're having aches in your body, I know a lot of people right now, their bodies are all fucked up. Low back pains, upper back pains, migraines, headaches, blurred vision, like pain behind the eyes, even like digestion, like constipation or diarrhea, or not wanting to eat, or craving foods, insomnia, not being able to get your brain in a deep sleep, or sleeping too much and be feeling exhausted and fatigued. These are all things, all processes of purging this energy, this lower vibration. Now, ultimately, this is good for us because it is raising our vibration, but when we're going through it, it doesn't really feel that way. But just know that as Pluto starts to go forward and these energies start to connect, we're connecting dots, we're releasing shit that no longer serves us, and it's going to allow us to reap the benefits of the good karma that we've been building from doing all this good shit. And if you're watching this, you've been doing good shit, because I live my life to help serve people and to help guide people and to help heal, right? Through my own healing, I work to heal others, and you do too, because when we vibrate on this frequency of talking about this kind of stuff, it all connects together, right? So if you're not in that place of helping others, then you're not going to be interested in hearing what I have to say. So it's very important to understand, because on a vibrational level, we're connected, all right? And we're all expanding this connection and growing it. And you know, eventually at some point, you know, the things that no longer serve us are just going to fade away, right? When there's a vibrational shift, the things just happen. They fade away. There's not something that you consciously have to do or have to say or have to think. It just is. It just happens. It just goes that way. All right. So keep up the good work. Keep staying focused. Know that we're going through a process, a deep healing collectively. And this is intense. It's necessary. Follow your internal guidances. Like, intuition is popping really fucking strong right now. So this is an opportunity for you to really get in tune with how your intuition is speaking to you. Okay. Allow these things to guide you and let it flow. Let it go and let it flow, baby. All right. So that's what I've got for you today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all very, very much. Please comment below and let me know how this energy is affecting you. And if you would like a reading from me, I'm telling you, check out that Chiron Ascension Navigation reading. It's been helping so many people understand these very intense energies. And I made it affordable. And, you know, you guys can go to my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com, click the link in the bio or in the description box below on YouTube. And you can see all the other great stuff we have going on. I also got some really awesome stuff going on with the Opportunity community. Had my girl, I want to send a special shout out to my friend, my mentor, and my soul sister, Marumatu at Sun Soul Astrology. Follow her, check her out. She is such a wise soul. She is so on point. She is so smart. And she's just so amazing, a pure, true guiding light. Maru, I love you so much. She came on the Opportunity community call this past week. I'm going to put that video up on my YouTube so you guys can check out what we're talking about, what we're doing, and how we're helping each other. And it's really beautiful. Things are evolving, things are growing, and things are manifesting in a whole new way. And I'm so excited to just share all this with all of you. So on that note, I love you guys. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you on Monday on the next report. All right? Peace.